Test, test.
Perfect. Bruce, the ducks are multiplying.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Bruce to the speaker area. Bruce to the speaker area.
Okay, but my problem is that the streams can hear me, but the rest of the room can't hear me.
Opening ceremony. Yell at all of you. Then rap battle. Then you can start.
We're gonna have to do the thing where you
Let me warm everyone up.
Okay. He's gonna fluff them.
Whoa. Yikes. Yeah, I think you can. Here you go. Got one right here, All right. Check 1, 2, check. Hey, it works. I got a microphone.
Okay, Bruce a microphone.
Woo!
You like that Adam Sandler movie?
Gord.
Someone cut his mic. Bobby, now.
Gord.
Why are you so loud? They can't hear me. Now you can hear me. Oh, this got good. I've never done this before. It's gonna be really fun.
She Googled how to moderate a rap battle.
It did not go well. I did it 5 minutes ago.
HackFortress! Who here is ready for the final? All right, Jackson says he's not ready.
I love you, Daxton.
Okay,
He's good now.
well played. All right, in resplendent red, we have our challengers, the Shmoocon Labs team, who is still confused about what game we are playing after like 10 years easy.
I know. What game is it?
We're using Team Fortress, but they are still confused. Why isn't it Halo?
Woo, woo, woo!
And over in Regal, the splendid blue, we have my honorable friend, the Right Honorable Duke Shadwell, and his uncommonly large Hound. These two teams will be competing for the golden wrench and the glory of HackFortress Shmoocon. Before we start our glorious team-on-team battle, we are going to have a 3-round, one-on-one rap battle featuring, from Why Isn't It Halo, Thor! And Duke Shadwell has sent as his champion, Evil Botnet! All right, Bruce, Heidi?
So weighing in this corner is Thor. He hails from the grand state of Virginia. He's weighing in at a grand weight of 70 bananas and 36 grapes. And over here we have, I have to look because I can't remember, Evil Botnet, who hails from the internet, people, and he's weighing in at a grand scale of 36 strawberries plus some, I don't know, 86 gourds. Because that's been the theme of the weekend, whether I chose it or not. So, my understanding is that this is a 3-round battle. Each round is what, 30 seconds each?
30 seconds?
Is that what you told me, 30 seconds?
Yeah.
5 seconds? 30 seconds? You told me 30. He said 30. You? Bruce and I tried to rhyme together the other day. It did not go well.
5 minutes.
Okay, He says 5-minute rounds. No, we are not doing 5-minute rounds.
Look, there was a question about time in HackFortress. The answer is 5 minutes.
It's always 5 minutes, people. We are not going to do 5 minutes. We are going to do. Does somebody have a timer?
Yeah. All right.
We're going to try 30 seconds because I think they're going to need a minute to think because I suspect as much as Thor is good at improv, he may not have the rap. I don't know you at all.
Fall back to the hammer. I heard what happened at the wedding.
But here's the deal. As the audience, we need you to participate as well. So if you like what you are hearing, we're going to hear some clapping, right? And I cannot keep a beat, so that's up to you. All right. These are my music students. They're going to help you out, okay? All right. If you don't like what you hear, we are a very polite audience. We are just going to be polite, okay? All right. Are you ready, Thor? Yes, we are going to be polite because kindness matters. I have been nothing. Anyway, are you ready, Thor? Are you ready? No, neither am I. 30 seconds starts now. You.
Wait.
Ready.
We're gonna do a coin flip.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my God.
I'm just going to do this.
All right.
I have one.
No, I got this one.
Oh, he has one.
All right. We got the HackFortress official challenge going.
Wait, who's what? That meant nothing.
Where did it go? We're going to start about 7 o'clock. Blue. All right.
Oh, okay.
Now you're up.
Okay. Bad things just happened. That was me.
I'll hold it, I guess. It gives me more life.
Right in front of me. All right, your time starts. In the words of the Taskmaster, your time starts now.
All right, we are the Shadwells from Duke, and you're going to need to check your flukes to make sure that your internet works because we've already got root.
Not bad, audience. All right, that was, okay. Thor, I'm counting on you.
Yo, I see you got a watch, but you know it needs a fix because we start at 6. You came in late. I don't know what's so great. You're going to be playing on the keyboard. It looks kind of mushy. Pack up your shit. You play like pussies.
That was a little throwdown.
We would like to remind contestants they are supposed to include at least 3 cybersecurity buzzwords.
Did you know this? Oh, he's like, keyboard.
Keyboard is a buzzword. Yes or no?
Audience says yes. Are you ready? He says no. His time starts. His time starts now.
We already know that you're just a bunch of spooks, but we are the Archdukes, rapping for Heidi and Bruce.
That was like, yay! That was good.
Spooks as cybersecurity buzzwords.
I think Heidi and Bruce count as cybersecurity buzzwords. All right, Thor, are you ready? Dude, you're bringing it. But that was good.
Last round, best round.
That was good. Here we go. This is the second round.
God damn it. Have you not seen how we do this shit, Bruce?
I don't know why you say I'm a spook. That sounds like something you just pulled out of your poop. Maybe I worked for the CIA, but hey, that's not how we're out here and play. On your stacks, I think you're full of crap. Your TCP is full of HIV. So that's why you need to turn around and walk, because the games you got written on that paper just don't talk.
Audience.
All right, points, Thor.
Oh, he's conceded.
Did you just consent?
I'll say something.
All right, are you ready? Do you want a minute? I can give you like 5 seconds. All right. Should we give him a beat? Let's give him a beat. Right? Let's give him a beat. You got it? It's going to help you. You have to talk really loud now. Okay, here we go. Ready? All right, you got it.
All right, I just want to apologize that I'm not very good at rapping, but I don't know how you guys are so good at crapping. I don't know, man. I mean, that was a really good rap last time. You're good. But we're gonna kick your ass in Hack Fortress 2.
Thor, you got another round in you, or
Am I going again?
do you need to answer?
I think we should go one more round
One more round.
because I think it's fun. I know. This dude's been looking at his notes. You ready to go? I know. I know. I get it. I get it. This is like out of your brain. Dude, I do this all day. And I'm not good at it, so here we go. Are you ready? Sure. You can tag out. Okay. No, we're good.
Do you think that he can come back?
I do. Dude, you know, my husband knows that I have ultimate faith in people. I am not like him. Okay. Yeah, I throw shade. Hello. My name is Heidi Potter, and I throw shade. Are you ready? Sure. Okay, here we go. Thor for the finish.
I appreciate all the effort that you put in your rhymes, but I'm afraid to say I think we're out of time. You need to go back and sit at your blue because everything you got walking up here was filled with glue. You came up and offered a cool set of attacks, but I just have to say to my sins, you got no axe.
Ooh. Kindness matters, people. Oh, we love you. You can do it. Do you want to tap out to Bruce?
Do we have any first responders in the house?
All right. Dude, you can totally tap out. You're ready? No. I mean, you have to tap out to somebody.
Are you gonna tag out? Oh, wait. Duke Shadwell, Duke himself is gonna step in.
Oh, here we go.
All right.
Got it.
Hear
Let's.
from my honorable friend, the Right Honorable Duke Shadwell himself.
All right.
All right,
And
sir,
a
you got one
last
round to defend against the mighty Thor.
last minute stand in. Are you ready? Are you ready? He's like, I don't know, let me think. That's it. That's all you get. Are you ready? You get 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You gotta go this way. The cord's not that long.
I've never done this in my life. Your rhymes are whack. We're in your systems. That's my attack.
Oh, there we go. That was like a cyber word.
All right, audience, what do y'all say? Is it the mighty Thor, the Odin son himself? Or the Duke and the evil botnet?
That was like a courtesy vote.
Okay,
Let's try that again.
y'all are really good with the volume.
Should we do that again?
Okay, one more time. Thor. Shadwell.
What about you, judges?
All right, lift the hammer high. It is Thor.
Woo! That was way fun.
drink more wine, you're going to have to pee more. Is that good? Debatable. All right, as our main coordinator, Majima himself, has said, we have started the next round of Hack Fortress, competing for the Golden Wrench itself, the main trophy of our events.
And also a very good use for home improvement, believe it or not.
Unironically, very true. We have potentially used it for such a case.
I'm not even going to say potentially. I have used it at my house. It's a very good wrench, but it also is very beautiful.
Back when we were, legacy competitors back in the day.
Indeed. However, we have current competitors to worry about. So we have Mr. Duke Shadwell himself. That team is going to be very interesting against Wino Halo. I think, honestly, they're both very balanced teams, and they both have their own potential to do well. This is going to be a very fun little matchup here in Payload Race.
They were able to go through and thrash each other's teams on their way here to the competition, Very strong on the TF2 side. Seemed very strong on the Hack side as well.
I'm inclined to agree, Tim. I think they're doing very well on the Hack side.
But it looks like Duke Shadwell's off to an amazing start here on the information operations side and the bonus side as well, already having a 45 points lead on the Hack side. And, on the Team Fortress 2 side, looking pretty balanced in terms of points. 7 points on Duke Shadwell's side. And on the Halo side, only 4 points.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting some pretty slow start to the TF2 side. The Hack start already up to 115 points for Duke Shad.
Jeez, Duke
Doing
Shadwell
great.
putting in the work on the hacking side.
Kritzcast.
Kritzcast.
Kritzcast. Oh my God, Kritzcast is here.
Low battery.
All right, as you may have heard or not heard, depending on the volume of your PC, looks like both teams have the option to throw a member of the enemy team into a penalty box or swap out a contestant for a caster, both of which have over 2,000 hours in the game.
Does that mean we're good? Not by any means.
Probably not.
But it's looking like on the, the Hack side. Now, we would like to point out Kritzcast in our Team Fortress 2.
Oh my God, that's the closest thing to a celebrity appearance we've ever had here at Hack Fortress. The volume was incredibly low, so thank you so much for pointing that out for us.
But it's looking like, right now we're looking on the Team Fortress 2 side. Not too much going on in terms of point-wise. It's pretty even, 20 kills to 17. Both blue and red rolling out as much as they can to midpoint.
Wino Halo pulling ahead in the hacking department, though. It looks like this Payload Race seems to be a slower point accumulation game mode as opposed to King of the Hill or 5CP, in which case you're capturing each point individually quickly, instead of Payload Race where you're sitting on a cart and kind of just camping it for a little while it's moving ahead. Most of your team's going to be ahead and trying to get some points and kills and really pushing the enemy team back into their own spawn. That way they can't move as fast up into the center of the map.
Correct. Blue out here having a pretty solid hold on the midpoint. Red team trying to get out there as much as they can. Pyro coming in, trying to see if they can harass the heavy as much as they can. Not able to.
Blue team holding well, even though they're only half their players.
Not the Reds doing much better, just a Heavy and a Medic.
You know, Heavy and Medic can do a lot of damage together, though. You know that as well as I do.
Heavy's rolling out in that midpoint, trying to see if they can take out the Heavy and the Engineer. Not able to quite secure any kills quite yet, but they're Blue and Red pulling out Uber
dueling Uber charges. That's the first we've seen this so far this entire competition, I want to say.
The closest thing to a celebrity you're ever going to see.
All right, Blue team already capturing right off the bat with only 5 minutes on the clock. That's pretty impressive.
Especially in the payload race as well. What am I up?
3, 2, 1.
All right into the next round. Looks like we're on capture point 2.
And
right off the bat, the Heavy taking down the Sniper, an unlikely fight.
But able to still take him out anyways. And those who aren't familiar, you know, on Blues or on Nightfall specifically, or a lot of payload race maps, if you're able to take that first point, you will get an advantage on the next point. So as you can see, Blue is already up to the midpoint and able to take a full advantage of that. Blue's Heavy trying to, you know, suppress as much as they can on the Red team, taking a lot of damage, and also, you know, having a good solid area denial on them.
Oh, there comes that Uber charge right off the bat. Looks like Red's holding onto theirs for a little bit. See if they're gonna try to push back. Yeah, it looks like they successfully popped out the gate.
Taking out, you know, the combo right then and there. That's going to be a huge hit to Blue.
Ooh,
also trying to, you know, just clean up anything that they can. Red's having all of their team, you know, in position, pushing up on the payload. Blue, you know, Red's got to be careful though of these, you know, positioning of any member on the team. Red's Medic trying to, you know, secure the kill on the Scout. Scout having a bit of trouble with the Medic though.
It looks like the Hounds are pulling ahead in the hacking department though right now. Hacking and TF2, they're both got quite a solid lead.
All right, here we see Blue Scout coming back up, going for the spot. Oh! The Matador stab of all
Absolute
things.
trickery.
Not a common play here we see at HackFortress.
Not at all. That was impressive.
Not many spy plays, but that Matador stab.
Something I'd expect to see in at least a high steel competitive match.
Uh-huh, of all things. All right, here we see Blues has pretty good map control here. Blues Pyro going after that spy immediately, not able to get away from the Pyro, unfortunately.
That Pyro is really absolutely running a train on the enemy team.
And Blue here is able to try and get insecure. Pyro doing a lot of damage.
Ooh,
Uber Pyro and an Uber
flashing
Heavy.
Uber and the Heavy and the Pyro. That's pretty impressive. I have yet to see much Uber flashing, which is when you take your Uber charge off of one player and transfer it to another player to spread that evenly.
And that's Duke Shad. Another win on their end.
Absolute domination in the TF2 department.
And they have over triple Wino Halo's score in terms of Team Fortress 2 side. Not too far off on the hack side. They're going to see if, you know, it's possible Wino Halo, if they start using those, you know, points that they get from the hack side, you know, they could use them to try and balance out on the Team Fortress 2 side. Maybe get some blinds out, some freezes, some crits. Maybe they can try and, you know, use those to the best of their advantage.
We've seen a lot of upsets here, though, all day.
Especially between these two teams, because, you know, it seems like they were, you know, decently matched so far, you know, on the Team Fortress 2 side. Kills aren't too far off from each other.
Not at all.
But unfortunately, it seems like Wino Halo has a better, you know, area control of the maps, and it's proven to work pretty well for them.
Definitely staying on the card a lot better there.
Playing that objective is very important. It secures more points than kills alone, dominations, any other kind of, you know, point scoring methodology. Sorry.
100% true, even though it was a little jumbled there. No, staying on that card is your #1 game plan in this game. You really just need to get that thing to the end. You know, it's important to stop the enemy team from pushing, but as long as you have a couple guys on that point, that's really just going to secure your win.
And Heavy out here trying to take the Pyro on. Pyro trying to air blast them, not doing any damage to them, unfortunately. But Heavy's doing a good amount of damage here. And it seems like, you know, Duke Shadwell's doing a lot of damage to Red side. Duke almost pushing the card to completion. It seems like these big distractions that they're doing towards the front lines is really helping them out a lot.
Yeah, the Heavy and Scout really dominating the Red team's card, just keeping them from pushing.
And it's working out
really
for them. They
paying
were
off.
able to secure last.
Absolutely. That's our third straight win in under about, what, 10 minutes?
That was about 10 minutes, yes, and they've already secured their first win.
again, like you pointed out before, the kills aren't too far off, but kills alone won't win you the match.
2, 1.
All right, here we are rolling out to our second round. Wino Halo, everybody trying to get an advantage, like as much of an advantage as they can on the high ground.
Yeah, right off the bat, we have the blue team scout trying to flank and get some picks off the bat.
Trying to take out those walls, they're kind of dangerous. If you don't hit them,
shoot those walls.
They might get you.
Oh, man.
Trying to pistol the pyro.
Neck and neck
not
right now
having
with the
an
carts. Looks like they're at a crossroads.
Ooh, and I think that's our third rare appearance of a demo. We don't see a lot of here at HackFortress.
Not a whole lot of demo, which it's an underutilized class. Can put forth a lot of damage with the sticky bombs and pipes.
But with enough practice, you can get a good, sense of area denial here. Make sure to keep the teams out. Some people are unaware. You put stuff on the track, they roll over it,
Yeah,
team's wiped.
realistically, you know exactly where the enemy team is going because they have to follow that track. If you put down some stickies there, you can really set up a lot of damage.
All right, and it looks like we have a lot of teams up here. Red pulling out the Uber, trying to see if they can take out as many opponents as they can. Not aiming for the heavy in front, going for the heavy, taking them out.
Ooh,
And
gonna get
also
the
going
med
for the
pick too.
medic.
Ooh, medic might get out. Pretty tricky. Looks like they're slowing the point at least a little bit, trying to buy some time for their teammates.
But it looks like, Heavy's able to take out the scout, solo pushing the point here. Let's see how far we can get before we have to deal with the
Wino
blue
Halo
team.
definitely improving on the area control, keeping that heavy on cart and keeping some bullets down range.
Trying to look for support as he can. Blue team rolling back in.
You see blue team definitely rolling out all at the same time, using that strategy of rolling out as a team. Again, the focus of the game, team play, Team Fortress 2.
It's in the name of the game.
It's in the name of the game. Rolling out as a large group is definitely going to give you an advantage over a couple, damaging classes.
And it sounds like here on the streaming side, we're hearing some calls coming in, for the networking side, doing some social engineering, challenges. And it turns out a lot of the time, as we've said in previous challenges, it's a quick, 1 minute, you get easy points right from that.
The red demo trying to get some damage in, but not succeeding after Scout absolutely wipes the floor with them.
Blue getting as much as advantage as they can on the capture side, trying to get, as fast as they can, maybe try and get a comeback here on,
The thing that keeps capturing my attention is how close both teams are in kills. We have 62 kills, or 64 kills on the Hounds, and 50 kills on Halo. Really neck and neck as far as kills go, but just not staying on top of that capture point. Blue team doing a great job of keeping them off of that cart.
All right, Red Soldier looking to try and see if he can, flank to try and take out Blue on
Heavy,
the scout.
really holding his own for a lot longer than I think anybody really expected.
I will appreciate the comment. It's not easy to cast, but it's almost impossible to make these players seem like they're trying. It doesn't help that the two casters have been drinking. I will admit that as well.
I have consumed a dangerous amount of rum at this point in my day.
This is how we get through trying to cast this. We're gonna be honest. All right, Red Scout trying to come in, using the advantage of,
An aggressive push, if I've ever seen one.
air strafing off of Soldier's rockets.
Can he do it? It looks like he's putting up a good fight, but the other scout comes in and saves the soldier's ass last second.
And there's a lot of commotion going on all over the map. Red trying to defend the blue cart, Blue trying to see if they can get in for it. Blue spawn camping, Red able to get the demo right in the spawn as well.
Ooh, red medic going for the syringe gun kill, a rarity.
And Red, secure,
Red's doing a pretty good job of holding this first point, I gotta say. A lot better than the last round.
and that's, kind of the difficulty when it comes to payload race, right? You have to work on a mixture of both defense and attack, especially when you have the opponent's cart so close to your spawn.
It's the dual-edged sword of payload race, that's true.
Right?
Anyone who's played PLR High Tower knows how much of a hell it can be to try to capture that last point.
But Red's going to try and go for a more offensive, position here. The medic and heavy combo going in. Scout able to come in and pick off the medic. That's going to be a huge upset for them. Especially with so much of Blue able to get into position and try and work on it.
Absolutely, and if the blue medic stays up, he has a decent advantage as far as Uber goes. He's going to have probably up to 50% by the time the red medic respawns.
I will be honest with you, our cameraman is also on something. We're not going to lie.
Absolutely.
Half of the cast is absolutely blasted.
This is the final round, and it is to be expected as Shmoocon for everyone to be pretty drunk at this point.
The day started off pretty normal, and as it got halfway through, it tapered off pretty damn quick.
Blue team looks like they're about to secure the final cap on the first round. Ooh, they got it.
All right, we are about almost 15 minutes into the match. It looks like Duke Shadwell is up 695, almost 700 points. Wino Halo 364. It might be a little bit of an uphill battle for Wino Halo, but if they can pick it up on the Team Fortress 2 side and the Hack side, they might be able to just pull it back.
I gotta say, as far as the matches have gone all day, this has been the far most entertaining match of the day. Both very evenly matched teams, both Hacker side and TF2 side, both very fun to watch.
And it looks like, just as we said, that Wino Halo was able to pull it back on the Hack side, able to get 515. We are approaching the 30-minute mark.
It looks like one of the red team players has dropped out, maybe rage quit perhaps?
I guess, it's not impossible. I've seen plenty of people, rage quit in TF2, so
I have seen it quite a bit. Yeah, missing one player in a 6v6 competition is really going to affect them. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but
it's time to switch to fours. Just subtract 2 more on one side and subtract 1 on the other.
just kick more people out. Why not?
And I think, that one-person advantage is quite working out for them on the blue side. They have managed to capture 90% of it.
I would say, too, if you're at a man advantage, you probably stop typing in the chat so much.
It looks like Blue has misinterpreted the instructions. They said to drop, just have one person pause. They had everyone
Everybody
pause.
stopped.
That's why it's important to listen to instructions. To be fair, the last time we had this happen, they did have the medic stop. That's a pretty bad decision
That's
to have.
rough. Yeah,
Medic is pretty critical.
Medic is a very important class in the game if you want to keep your team healed. Looks like Blue is captured using that man advantage.
Listen, you take every advantage you can when it comes to this.
I suppose so.
Especially bribes.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying hard enough.
It looks like Red is still missing 1 on their team. I would hope that Blue is still missing 1 on their team in terms of this. So it looks like we'll have a 5v5 competition, Blue having the advantage here. Red already pushing out.
I'd say if we were taking honor into consideration in the point scale, Blue team would be absolutely losing point every second they continue to play with 6 players.
And they are missing 1, though. I see 1 in the spawn currently.
Oh, that's good. Looks like it's not making much of a difference, though. Blue still absolutely dominating on the map.
Yeah, I would say that Wino Halo might have a bit of a skill issue here.
Absolutely. But if we look at the hack scores again, Wino Halo with 515 and the Hounds with 535, really not far off in the hack department, although doubling their score in the TF2 department.
And as we discovered in the earlier matches of the event, that TF2 can make quite the difference when it comes to the score difference.
Yeah, I mean, it's half of the competition, if not more than half, because hack is only 4 letters. Fortress is a whole lot more than 4 letters.
And as our master MC Majima has said, bribes are now open to the public to secure points on either side.
Did you know that MC stands for Master of Ceremonies? So you just said Master of Ceremonies?
I choose not to acknowledge that.
That's pretty stupid.
Who said I wasn't?
Good point.
It seems like Red's able to pick up here, maybe one of their critical players that they decided to drop was making the difference
still
for them.
missing a player. It's looks like an alcohol-based bribe brought up to the judges' table by the red team.
Man, no one wants to blame us on the stream team. We can heckle the other team exclusively.
Absolutely.
If you paid us.
If anything, I would love to heckle the Wino Halo team.
Listen, I've always said, why do the Team Fortress 2 side? It makes more sense. We got Gears of War.
Gears of War, you got Minecraft. There's a lot of options we could go with,
but
Halo,
Team Fortress 2 hits me right here.
Absolutely.
Not that you saw where I pointed.
Right in the groin.
It was my thigh.
Right in the groin.
It was my thigh. It's always computer issues.
Red team finally picking up a win, finally.
To answer your question, if we don't have computer issues, it would definitely not be HackFortress.
Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5,
Unfortunately, not many of our players are experienced. So the nuances of many different things that many different classes experience, like soldiers shooting from either what depends on the view model, like left or right side of the screen, or if you're using the original, it actually shoots from the center of your screen, the lower center of your screen. What's up?
Oh, looks like we're back to even numbers on both sides. We have another 6th player on the red team again.
So it looks like we're looking at a
Even match.
quotations even match.
Absolutely. Honestly, with Wino Halo with only 200 points behind the Hounds, they could make a solid comeback with almost half an hour left on the match.
But the problem is those point captures.
Whoa, wait, did you just see that? The
Was that a
Red Spy
chain
just
stab?
got a chain stab. 3 players all in one.
Impressive. That is the first upset when it comes to a chain stab we've seen all day. We're seeing a revolver, the medic.
Looks like we have another physical challenge. Ooh, a Pyro with a solid reflect.
I think they are bringing up a physical challenge in not too long.
Wino Halo pulling up behind. Only 100 points behind the Hounds. Really could flip the game at this point. It's anybody's match.
Well, like I was saying earlier, I don't think Wino Halo, they're kind of suffering because they're not winning on these point captures. They are tied on round wins, but not on point captures, which is costing them a lot.
It's very, very, very close, though.
All right, it looks like both the Blue Scouts are out, their most mobile class out of the fight right now. Soldier, well, unfortunately, we don't allow gun modes, so it looks like Soldier's going to get mowed down by their heavy.
Medic staying behind cover, pretty smart.
Using Uber, probably not the most opportune time at the
There's really
moment.
nobody there. I'm not sure why they decided to use it at that point.
For context, I'm being given different musical signs by my director.
All right, looks like red team's making some solid headway into the blue spawn, trying to push that cart to the final point. Really, really pulling out all their bags of tricks to try to push Hound on their back foot.
And they are getting quite a bit of an advantage here. They don't have to worry about, as much being on the
using a
defensive
crits power up. Did you see that?
But I think
Really able to lay down some damage and push red team back into their spawn.
yeah, even a little bit of criticals can make all the difference.
Absolutely, they just absolutely wiped the floor with the red team. They can respawn just now, but is that going to give enough time to push and keep blue team from capturing?
Unfortunately, there is one minor problem though. When you touch the cart, criticals get removed.
Ooh, good point. Oh my god. Absolutely being massacred right out of their spawn.
We're waiting until we start the physical challenge, right?
We don't.
Yep.
Shuttered.
Alright, so it looks like we have a physical challenge on the board right now. I believe it looks like zip ties, to the best of my knowledge, and a bit of rope is what it seems like.
Looks like he's using friction about the plastic on this plastic.
That was the quickest challenge
Wow, you
ever.
can tell that guy's done this before. This is a man who has committed several felonies. I'm almost concerned with how fast that man melted through those handcuffs.
That was a very impressive skill. I'm going to be honest here. I don't think I could have done it quite that fast.
That's not a skill you come by honestly.
What do you mean, honestly?
I mean,
Are you saying he doesn't
legally.
practice? He doesn't practice at home by himself? All right. It looks like Are we getting a second one here out on the stage? It looks like we have one potentially from the other team doing a zip tie challenge as well, trying to going to use potentially the same methodology to try and get through that zip tie.
We'll see if they have the leg strength. I don't know. He's got some pretty beefy calves over there.
He's definitely more fit than me, I'll tell you that. What do? I sit
That's
behind a
not
desk
hard.
and I yell at people. And it looks like Blue is also down a teammate right now on the Team Fortress 2 side. Might not help them out. They have had quite a lead here, so could...
Wino Halo has kept a pretty solid trail on the... Hound
looks like
team.
Blue has gotten one of their teammates back as one of the scouts that they were missing. Should be able to roll out relatively quickly, potentially secure a flank to take care of them.
Tim, do you know exactly how many players you need on a capture point to increase the speed to its maximum?
So it turns out that, from my knowledge, there isn't a maximum, but 3 is the most optimal, and anything over that kind of degrades very quickly.
Yeah, but like you're pretty much losing damage potential at that point, correct?
So if you wanted to, it's kind of a risky play, but you could have a scout and a soldier or a single section. That was I didn't even see it, but I looked away for 30 seconds and it was done.
Wow, that was quick.
We
Looks like
have
the Hounds have won the physical challenge in the
I think we have a
handcuffs.
staff member perform. Oh,
No, that's Thor of the
oh yes,
Halo
from the
team.
rap battle earlier. Correct. And I think he's going to be going for that same challenge, just like everyone else. I think the first person to do it kind of set the precedent for what's the what's the ideal way of taking care of this.
looks like he's having to be cut out of his, unfortunately. Alright. Hound's doing a good job of holding red team off of their card.
Red and blue having both almost an equal hold on terms, of pushing the payload, but red, kind of a little bit staggered, but a lot more up, trying to take care of blue, able to take care of some of their scouts.
Almost a full team wipe. Red team captured the card. Alright, securing
Looks like Wino Hill has been able to secure another kill on the team, another round win on the Team Fortress 2 side.
10 seconds.
I think
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, looks like we're I feel like that's always the case. All right, Red getting frozen right on the spot. Scout coming in, taking a bit of damage there.
just still be careful because even though they're frozen, they can still shoot you.
I would say biggest priority, taking out that medic.
Absolutely.
All right, Blue still frozen in place, quite a long,
Oh, no,
freeze,
that-
but Red,
that was a
Red
reverse
pyro.
freeze. Ooh, red team able to take out most of the blue team, leaving only a scout on his own.
But one competent scout can take out an entire team. It's not hard as long as they're doing good work.
I don't know about that.
Well, if the medic's dead, it's not that difficult.
It's possible, but I still don't know about that.
A full team wipe from the scout. All right, looks like both teams are up trying to see if they can secure the middle point. Blue having a huge advantage here right now, having over 2/3 of the point pushed. Maybe seeing if they can back cap and also stopping Red in their progress.
Wino Halo only trailing behind by about 60 points, though.
It could be anyone's game at this point, especially,
Absolutely.
if Wino Halo can pull it, from behind from the hack side, they might be able to secure, more points that they can use on the Team Fortress 2 side. And also potentially that would be what would secure their victory, but we still have 16 minutes left in the match, so it could be anyone.
It really is anybody's game at this point. This is probably the closest match we've seen all day.
Especially after fighting through, 6 other teams, each team, it's kind of a lot, But also at the same time, it kind of balances out. You see who's rising to the top.
Yeah, much like the cream rising to the top.
All right, Blue Scout getting stabbed by the Spy. Embarrassing.
Ooh, red team losing a lot of its key players and immediately flopping.
All right, and that's another round win from them. Hopefully that's going to give them advantage, when they come back on the TF2 side. Data exploitation on the side for, Duke Shad Hound. It's a big advantage, and also I think Wino Halo is not taking advantage of that, but also at the same, on the flip side, on the networking side, Wino Halo or Duke Shad Hound is not have been securing as many network points.
Yeah, the TF2 side, Halo is only 10 points behind.
So I think what might be the big, difference here is whose hack team is going to be able to secure more points to help them out, not just in points alone, but also for getting, credits to try and buy those power-ups that they can use to help them out to try and secure more points, because those round wins and those point captures are worth a lot of points. Duke Shadhound has a lot more points just due to the fact that they have a lot of point captures, but not able to secure as many round wins.
Absolutely, I could not have said it better myself.
But it looks like Red's getting wiped here. Blue 2 able to secure a domination on, Red 4 on other heavy.
Ooh, red team just about to freezing the blue team right in place. That's really going to set them back quite a bit.
Syringe gun kill, embarrassing to see.
This might be the turning point of the match.
Ooh, it looks like we have another physical challenge on the floor. Are we looking at a lockpicking challenge?
Yeah, it looks like an attempt at lockpicking. He's got the full set there on the table.
Fun fact, the competing teams were required to buy their own lockpicking kits before they came into the event. So, if they didn't have it, they were going to lose out on those points. But it looks like someone was able to bring in their own lockpicking kit.
Both teams jumping to a 1-point differential. This is really neck and neck.
It could be either side at this point, Hack side or Team Fortress 2 side. They're looking neck and neck. Team Fortress 2 for Duke Shadwell, 593. Wino Halo, 586.
It's a lot
and
of
on the
pressure
Hack side, 865 versus 870. It's quite literally anyone's game.
It's a lot of pressure on the lockpicker. Oh, it looks like a successful.
All right, getting back into the match, we have one of the heavies.
We're going to talk about hacking. I have a mic on.
And I think we might take it over to our, on the more security-focused side here. We have our one of our other casters, Will, here to talk about some of the different challenges and what you might expect from those.
Sure, thanks, Ken. I really appreciate the handover. So what we're talking about right now is really looking at a battle between very even hackers. So right now we're looking at a pretty much even hack score. I think it could honestly go either way. Maybe Duke Shadwell could look a little bit at the networking challenges, but it really looks like it's neck and neck, more or less. I think the TF2 difference and the hack difference is going to pretty much make the round. I think this is probably as even as we've ever seen here at HackFortress.
That's pretty much what I said earlier. It's very even, probably the most even match we've seen so far, and it makes sense to the two top seed teams.
And especially from last year's finals and previous years, we've seen a lot of it's been no competition whatsoever. These are very
competitive teams.
And it wouldn't be a HackFortress event if not every other 10 minutes that somebody got disconnected from the match. It is in, character for HackFortress. It is impossible to get an IT infrastructure working perfectly. Let me tell you that.
Right off the bat, blue team starting with an advantage.
All right, but it looks like both teams are even.
Another chain stab.
Another chain stab coming from red side.
Taking out the pyro and the heavy. That's pretty vital. Two major sources of damage from blue team.
And we haven't seen a lot of chain stabs these matches up until the last one. It seems like we've got the more familiar players on each side trying to use different tactics that they might not expect.
Absolutely, and that's really been, I think, part of the theme we've been talking about all day is just switching it up, trying different strategies, and really bamboozling the other team.
I do love a good bamboozle.
Oh,
I'll give you that.
absolutely.
All right, it looks like both teams are trying to roll out. Blue having the advantage here, red trying to catch up as best they can, and blue's heavy just trying to suppress them and keep them off the cart, not able to quite secure enough.
Blue team really holding fast on that point, keeping the red team at bay, really not giving them any ground to move.
Using that Uber charge, but unfortunately, when you're trying to cap using an Uber charge, you don't quite, count as a credit towards that cap rate.
No, but if you can keep your teammates safe and keep them healed up, it really doesn't matter much.
And it looks like that's what made the difference here. Able to secure a second round win on their side.
Absolutely, pulling ahead by over 200 points.
All right, it looks like on the networking side, Why No Halo has quite the advantage. It's looking, and also on the blue side, Shad Hound has an advantage on the web side and the data exploitation side. And both teams have, enough, challenges that they can make it up on either side. So, on the hack side, they could even it out. They are pretty close, though, only with a, 55-point difference.
I really feel like we have been saying it all day. It could be anybody's game, but this one is incredibly close, and they really could flip this at any point with 10 minutes left on the clock.
And that's a lot of time to do anything, especially on, trying to perform challenges on the hack side or on the Team Fortress 2 side, trying to confirm more captures and more round wins.
Yeah, like I said, just switching it up every once in a while, keeping the enemy team on their toes and not just trying the same thing over and over again is really going to give you an advantage in the situation. Team Fortress 2 does almost work for like rock, paper, scissors, in which, certain classes work better against other classes. Certain strategies work better against certain teams. You need to keep fresh and keep moving your team around and not just stay the same classes the whole match.
And it seems like, Why No Halo has been employing that as well, occasionally using the spy play, occasionally not swapping off. They realize it's not a consistent thing that you can use.
Absolutely. Blue team with an almost entire team wipe. Really not able to hold any ground against red team right now.
And it really has been also a flip-flop on the Team Fortress 2 side as well. Blue unfortunately losing another teammate. Not uncommon here.
It seems like it's been pretty even on both sides losing players. I'm not too sure what's happening on that side.
Networking is not fun.
No, it is not.
It's as simple as that.
Ooh, scout being double teamed by another pair of scouts.
That's what it feels like every day for me. Let's be bluntly honest, it's all made up to begin with.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
With less than 10 minutes remaining, Hound holding a solid lead against Halo, particularly in the hacking department, but also in Team Fortress 2.
It looks like one of the teams has just bought a game bug. I believe they might be performing a player swap at the moment from what it looks like.
Not entirely
Potentially. We are not completely sure which game bug it is because we are not told.
Blue Heavy really doing some solid damage against the red team right now, taking down 4 players in one go without even the assistance of Uber Charge until just now.
There's not too much of a player advantage on each side either, but ooh,
Blue using criticals even though there's only 2 players remaining on the field.
Blue
Heavy not realizing that the spy was right in front of him.
Spy going for the big play. So there are multiple game fucks. The one that is most commonly used is we switch a hacker with a player. Unfortunately, if one is not familiar with the other, they're going to have a hard time trying to do what their new task is. The other ones we have are, I believe, is a caster swap where you can buy one of the casters to play. Unfortunately, we have an ungodly amount of hours in Team Fortress 2.
An unfortunate amount of hours for how good we are at the game, which is not very.
4,000 hours seems like a lot, unless you don't play competitive.
You can play the game incorrectly for 4,000 hours, though.
I've done it.
I know I have, too.
All right, getting back to the match here, it looks like Red has a huge player advantage right now, but unfortunately is losing on the objective side. Not having pushed their objective all that much, and not able to secure too many kills against Blue.
Hound pulling almost an upsetting lead at this point with over 500 points. Oh, a little bit under 500 points, actually.
Red Heavy trying to see if they can, you know, keep the scout off of his medic, looking to see if he can, you know, protect it as best as he can and keep the payload moving.
All blue team really has to do is sneak a couple players to their back lines and capture that point, though. They really have a solid advantage as far as the capture point goes.
But it seems like red team has the advantage here. You know, blue not able to stop them completely.
And look at that, exactly what I was saying. They've got a couple players, maybe a scout or a couple players on that last point, and they are just pushing with no resistance whatsoever.
And that's going to cost them dearly.
Absolutely. It's already over. Hound securing another round win with almost 5 minutes left on the clock.
Duke Shadwell going for that back cap. It is working for them every time.
Absolutely.
All right, let's switch over to our other caster, Will, to talk more on the hack side.
Sure. So it looks like a lot of the network stuff is starting to go on Duke Shadwell's way. This was pretty expected after watching a lot of what they did at DEF CON. They were just really solid on their hack side. Their hackers just know how to do CPFs. They know they practice. You know they can execute. And that's honestly what we're seeing today.
Absolutely.
While the TF2 stuff is really even, the stuff we're seeing on the hack is almost a 400-point deficit. I think that's really going to be why No Halo's downfall here, and why we're going to see Duke Shadwell sweep both DEF CON and Shmoocon here. I think that's going to be my prediction today. Thank you guys.
Thank you for your insight, Will.
Yeah, as we see right now, the TF2 teams are pretty neck and neck. Their pack capture point's pretty much the exact same spot, right at that crossroads.
Even with the previous winner having that advantage, it seems like, you know, both teams able to keep it neck and neck.
Oh, absolutely.
But it seems like YNO Halo is also kind of suffering on the Team Fortress 2 side as well as the hack side. 200 points below on the TF2 side.
Did I just see a medic take down a sniper?
It wouldn't.
That's different.
Is that uncommon at Hack Fortress?
That's pretty uncommon in any Team Fortress 2 scenario.
I don't know. Our standard is Pyro as one of a staple classes for both teams. Especially on red side, running both.
Oh,
you know,
Pyro air blasting the soldier off the cliff. That's pretty funny.
Speaking of uncommon things.
Don't see a lot of Pyro players utilizing the air blast, which can be used to push players back. Again, air blasting the Pyro, air blasting the heavy and the scout right off the cliff.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Oh, absolutely. And so satisfying as a Pyro player.
All right.
And we're starting to get another Team Fortress 2 win.
And we're seeing, you know, we're getting back down to the 3.5 minute mark. Duke Shadwell having a very large lead right now, over 800 points. YNO Halo's starting to fall behind, not too far behind on the Team Fortress 2 side, but falling behind on the hack side. So if they can start pulling out those challenges, they might be able to use those points from the challenges on the hack side to help the TF2 side.
Absolutely. With 3 minutes left on the clock, though, it's going to be pretty hard to pull that off. I got to say, even though this is one of the longer matches at 45 minutes instead of the typical 30, this has been one of the fastest moving matches we've seen so far.
That is right. Especially plus rap battle.
Plus the rap battle, yeah, that's true.
So that's about 50 minutes to an hour. If you consider that rap. Loose hip hop at best.
Oof.
We would also like to remind those that are in the Twitch chat today that all donations and any subscriptions, whether on Twitch Prime or your regular subscriptions through Twitch, will be going to EFF, the Electric Frontier Foundation.
Electronic Frontier Foundation.
The Electronic Frontier Foundation.
That's okay. They're very similar words. I understand the confusion.
So these foundations that we're supporting, you know, go towards donation, protecting our rights. Our
Lord
digital
knows
rights.
we do not have enough digital rights.
And we are also at the 2-minute warning for those in the stream. And I think, you know, our returning, you know, champions from DEF CON might be taking it again this year.
It's looking pretty likely at this point. Kritzcast gifting 2 Tier 1 subs. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, Chris Cass, for those donations and the subs.
Red team still putting up a valiant effort.
It's
Maybe not
important, though.
enough.
Even though if you're losing, you got to finish with honor. That's the most
Absolutely.
important thing.
Nobody wants to see a team just lay down and die. That's not fun. That's not sportsmanship. Looks like red team switching to an engineer to try to hold off the blue team for a little while.
Listen, they thought this was going to be Halo. You know, there's no defense for them.
That's true. There's no plasma rifles. There's no Covenant carbines. There's no...
Who's going to dress up as Arbiter? This isn't the game they expected.
We did.
It is true. Why no Halo? Still goated.
Still good. Absolutely.
You know, they say grace in loss. 10,
10 seconds left.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is the end of HackFortress 2024 at Shmoocon in Washington. Duke Shadwell are current winners of this year's HackFortress. Great effort from everyone that contributed.
You guys are still talking.
And not just Duke Shadwell. Woo! We're not on mic.
All right, this has been Shmoocon 2024.
And Duke Shadwell is our winners for this year. We will be returning for one more year at Shmoocon. We will also be performing at DEF CON this year, although perhaps not live, just
Maybe
remotely.
not.
Probably remotely. I don't like Las Vegas.
I've been Carrick.
And I've been Tim.
Thank you so much for joining us.
And we appreciate it.